All right, everybody, it's T-Man, and I'm back with a new video. It's on Jason Blaha. Protein overfeeding is a valuable tool for improving overall body composition. You know Jason Blaha. You've been watching my videos, broski. Yeah, man. All right, let's review this.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about probably the best thing we can do for overall body composition as lifters is to protein overfeed. And what I mean by protein overfeeding, I mean very, very, very large amount.
You notice something similar? What I always say, protein overfeeding, meaning protein synthesis needs to exceed this breakdown. And I've talked about protein overfeeding on my old videos before. I said protein overfeeding. There's a thing in NCBI even talks about protein overfeeding. I had it in my old community section before. So now he's bringing it up all the time because I keep talking about protein synthesis needs to exceed this breakdown in order for muscle to grow.
Lots of protein. Again, 1.5 grams per pound of body weight and up. And again, I understand that some of the data is controversial on that, but overall, we generally find that that's the case. That people who eat the highest proteins tend to have the best body composition. And as far as, again, lifters go, and we have studies on...
If that's true, then why isn't everybody doing that? Right, Jason? Why isn't everybody doing that if they have the best body composition?
Protein overfeeding that show when large amounts of protein are added even to an existing maintenance, that people tend to lose some body fat, okay?
How do they lose body fat? Oh, because not all calories are the same, right, Jason? See what I mean? Calories in, calories out. Where 1,000 calories of meat is not the same as 1,000 calories of Oreo cookies. A lot of people, they have that confused. It's not the same. Yeah. And meat doesn't have sugar in it or toxins like plants.
And this is stuff that we've seen forever, even inside like the bodybuilding world, which is not always my forte because I'm a strength athlete. But we see that.
Okay, that's a lie because he's bodybuilding. He's always talking about bodybuilding. You can't stop talking about it. If it's not your forte, why are you doing it? And why are you talking about it? It makes absolutely no sense. It's all the same thing. Lifting is bodybuilding. I don't care what anybody says.
Again, large amounts of protein. Okay? And when I say that, I don't mean that you're automatically, just because you eat more protein, you're automatically going to lose body fat. What I'm saying is that if our goal is to have the best body composition possible, in other words, what do I mean? Retaining the most muscle or having...
It's not really about just protein. Are all proteins the same? No, it's not any kind of protein. It's animal protein that you want to eat because it's not deficient in any nutrients. Your cells want nutrients. They don't want to be insulin resistant, so they can't absorb the nutrients or the amino acids. That's the whole idea, to be insulin sensitive.
Any chance of gaining muscle when cutting, large amounts of protein help. If you want to gain the least fat when trying to gain muscle,
when cutting, man, you build muscle on protein, high nutrient protein diet. What are you talking about? You're gonna lose fat automatically. There's a thermogenic effect when you're moving around lifting. But it doesn't happen that easily because protein needs to exceed that breakdown in order to be in an anabolic growth state, to convert that catabolic hormone to an androgen so it doesn't have to compete with the myocytic androgen receptor, so you can actually build muscle. And it has to be consistent. It can't be up and down or yo-yoing, or a yo-yo diet.
So let's say you're bulking, more protein. Okay,
No, bulking is based on herbivore diet. That is not considered bulking. If you're eating a high animal protein diet, that is not bulking.
Protein. And I know I'm not even particularly lean here. I still have the loose skin in these clips. This won't be out for weeks, though. I will probably be lean.
You have loose skin because you're fat, because you were herbivore diet. Herbivore.
Leaner by the time this video even hit.
You're not even building muscles. You're just lifting for an inflammatory response. You're a chronic lifter, so you get chronic inflammation. Chronic lifting equals chronic inflammatory response. Now, people who don't chronically lift, they lift periodically, they get muscle damage. Periodic gets muscle damage. Chronic gets chronic inflammation. Yeah.
Because I have
So you misconstrued this inflammation to be muscles. Everybody out there, yeah, man.
over 70 videos in the queue. But, this is kind of where I'm at now, shortly after going into a little bit of cutting, but just dramatically increasing my protein. And that's
70 videos in the queue wasting time.
something that we
For a guy who has 10,000 videos and only 113,000 subscribers, there's something wrong there. You must have bought the subs.
have to look at. It's just forcing down as much protein as possible when chasing body composition. Am I saying that calories in, calories
You don't have to force protein down, man. That's your natural diet. If you're eating a carnivore diet, that's your natural diet. You don't have to force feed anything. And that's actually what you truly want, is a kind of a high fat animal protein diet. Yeah. Nutrient diet.
out doesn't matter? No, I'm not saying that at all.
The more nutrient dense the food you eat, the more chances you have of building your body. That's the whole objective. If you buy eggs that are actually, I guess you can call them free range, you'll notice the yolks are really red. They're very nutrient dense. If they're yellow, they're deficient. So you need to eat more to make up for the deficiency. Listen, anything that's deficient, you have to eat more of it to make up for the deficiency. These engineered man-made plants, fruits and vegetables made by man, they're deficient because the land is depleted. There's no nutrients in the land. That's why these fruits and vegetables from volcanic places like Mexico, the fruits they're dense in nutrients. They have nutrients. They're kind of an anti-nutrient. Can you absorb some? Well, yes, you can, but they're deficient. That's the problem. Meat has all of them. So yeah, can they sustain you somewhat? Yeah, but again, they're toxic and okay. So fruits have less of these oxalates and toxins, more in vegetables and things, and some are higher than others. But overall, the land is depleted, so they're really deficient. So that's why they taste terrible. They're not even tasty at all. But the point is that they're so deficient, and so that is the problem. But now, grass-fed cows, when they eat grass, there's no deficiency in the land there because they keep turning over the land. They eat in one area and they poop on that land, right? And then there's turnover. So the land is always rebuilding itself. It's remineralizing itself. Yeah. Self-sustaining. It's an ecosystem, man. I think people don't understand that. They don't understand these concepts of what is a high nutrient protein diet. You need extremely high nutrients in your diet. The higher the nutrients, the more you shall become healthier.
I'm not even remotely.
You don't get healthy lifting weights. You understand me? You don't get healthy exercising. You get healthy when you eat an extremely healthy diet that is nutrient rich.
Saying that because calories in, calories out will determine the changes on the scale. Composition of the diet will determine what's going on in.
Yeah, calories in and out. I told you, 1,000 calories of Oreo cookies and 1,000 calories of beef is not the same. It's kind of obvious.
Side the changes on the scale, right? As far as what tissues are being gained or lost, it'll be a big factor. But total accruing or reducing tissues in the body will always be calories in, calories out. But we also have to factor in calories in is not.
No, not really. That whole calorie count thing is based on herbivore diet, which is not your diet. If you're eating man-made foods, then what did you expect? They're deficient. They're not your food. They're full of sugar and toxins.
The same as calories out. In other words, when people hear that, they make
And when you lift on them, you further destroy your health.
that assumption that all calories are equal, and that is not what it means. Okay, in other words, if eating 1,000 calories of one food will cause more thermic effect than another, those calories.
Thermic effect is not going to cause a thermic effect. You cause a thermic effect when you move around and your body temperature is 34 Celsius. Yeah.
In are the same, but the calories out are not.
If your body temperature was to go down, maybe it would try to raise it. There's a thermic effect, try to cause a thermic effect. So you need more food. It would cause you to eat more food, to burn more, to increase the temperature of your body temperature.
Okay, people see where we're going with that. The calories in the same, but the calories out are not. Okay, so that does not invalidate.
You get stronger when you get healthier. You do not get stronger lifting weights or doing exercise in gyms. You get better at doing those. They call that fitness. But you don't get healthier doing that whatsoever.
The calories in, calories out model, it supports it. Hopefully everyone understands that. Calorie is not a calorie, but calories in, calories out absolutely holds true.
Yeah, I have to agree with him. It's definitely, it's not true.
It's nothing.
Sounds like something. When you
Sorry about that commercial.
Very, very bad idea in general. Right?
I can't watch
back at the protein. When we go into a deficit, the more protein that we eat, not only do we have the higher thermic effect, but we also have a better muscle preservation effect.
No, you don't. What you have is a breakdown of protein. When you look, you have a window for an open window for protein synthesis. Definitely, if you are moving around like a job or lifting boxes, okay. But you also have a window for breakdown. There's also a window there. It's breaking down protein. So you need to make up for the breakdown, then to sustain life. Now for growth. So what would you need to do? Minimum growth is, well, if it's 1 gram per pound of body weight, then you need to increase that 3 times that amount. You need to make up for the breakdown, to sustain, and then for growth. So how much is that? See what I mean? How many calories is that? Okay, let's say you're 250 pounds. That's 700, a minimum of 700 grams of protein. See what I mean? So yeah, you got to make up at least a minimum of 700 grams of protein. And I don't even know how much you're breaking down in that session. It depends on how long it is, how many reps and sets you're doing. I can't really say. It's something you need to calculate. You need to figure it out on your own. That's why nobody knows. That's why they say eat 32 grams of protein. What? 32 grams of protein? You're never going to grow anything. You're just wasting your time.
Wow, better retention of muscle.
I'm talking about the mass on the myofibrillar. I'm not talking about more myofibrillar growth. That's a separate thing.
Possibility of gaining more muscle. Now, I want to be clear, these effects are not massive. They're fairly small. But
again, you can get some fake mass. What do you call it? You can get some gravitational loading, unloading, inflammatory muscles, inflame your muscles, and you can, I don't know, get some sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, herbivore diet, glycogen loading.
But if you are chasing maximized body composition, fairly small changes.
If you want to maximize body composition, then it would be 2 times that amount. So the breakdown and sustain. So breakdown and sustain, or breakdown. And yes, breakdown and sustain. So that'd be, if you're 250 pounds, that'd be 500 grams of protein. And yeah, you don't want to eat high fats. If you eat high fats and your body starts burning that fat as energy. So then you want to be on a lean carnivore diet instead of a high fat carnivore, protein, nutrient dense diet.
Add up over the years. Okay. And that's the point that I'm going with this.
I mean, Jason doesn't really know anything, man. You know that, because he doesn't really put effort into trying to figure. See, he has no experience. He's just talking without experience. That's why I'm doing these voiceovers constantly, correcting him, because I'm basing it off experience. I'm not basing it off some fake thing I read somewhere, I figured it out. Now, I use reports to prove what I say. I go and find it based on my experience. But he doesn't do that because he's repetitively doing whatever it is the hell he's doing there. Eating, I don't know what it is he eats there, watermelons and some yogurt all day, and some weird, I don't know, horse feed food. And he lives a slave diet, and he lifts these weird rogue weights over and over and over again. It's always the same thing. He never changes anything. He doesn't do any sports. He doesn't run. There isn't any carryover. He does absolutely nothing except lift these crazy weights day in and day out to accelerate aging and destroy his health further, and eating a herbivore diet.
Really does seem to be in your best interest, if you really care about the ratios of muscle to fat on your body, to eat as much protein as you can, as much as you can. Again, barring health issues that might cause problems, like let's say you have advanced kidney disease. Okay, fine. Obviously, you're an.
Why do you have kidney disease? What's causing it? Toxins. Your body would never give you a disease. Your body is made to keep you alive. Think about this logically, intelligently. Your body was constructed to keep you alive. Why would it ever give you a disease? If you have a kidney disease, you're the cause of it because you're eating these plant toxins called oxalates and shit, and they're destroying your kidneys. What do you have to do? Doctor, every time I do this, I have this pain. Stop doing that. Stop eating that. See what I mean? Eat your natural diet. Like high nutrient protein animal diet doesn't have any oxalates or toxins or sugar in there. So you need not to worry about the kidney disease, because once you move to a carnivore diet, it'll go away. It's kind of obvious.
Exception to the rule. But I always remind people, do not live your lives and set your rules based upon the exceptions to the rule. Right? That's a very, very bad idea.
I'm talking from experience. I suffered kidney disease because I was eating these toxic plants. I was told I had that. What did I do? Carnivore diet, did a blood test, went away, disappeared. A real healthy diet is going to make you healthy. And these fake weird diseases that come out from these toxins causing inflammatory responses, that's what causes these diseases, they'll go away.
In general, right? Because some guy in northern Utah 17 years ago did something that doesn't seem to apply to most people. It doesn't apply to me, right? People who do that are idiots, by the way. It's almost something that's worth talking about. As someone who puts out a lot of content, who sees people come.
It's raining just
Did this just freeze?
Huh?
No, I think this just froze.
What, your phone?
And argue. What you notice in an observation is that people who try to find exceptions to good, useful rules think that they're being clever, but they actually are usually very unintelligent people. They're people who are actually usually dumb, but they believe that them presenting an exception to a very good rule, right, makes them
Sounds like somebody we know, our good friend Jason Blaha on Strength and Fitness.
intelligent, but it actually is a display
I
of.
think he's talking about himself. Dad bought to MacDaddy. Hey, look, why doesn't he run out there in that right next to his garage? There's a path there. Let's see him sprint. If he's so healthy, so fit, let's see him sprint. Yeah, he says this is a carryover, isn't it? Powerlifting, right? Let's see him sprint.
Low intelligence. So just an FYI, if you don't have advanced kidney disease and you raise that up as a response.
Man, the kidney disease goes away when you're on carnivore diet. This is so stupid.
I hate to say it, but you probably are not intelligent. Okay, so don't use it as the rule. Now, the rule generally is, and this is what the research has shown, the modern research, very, very high protein intakes do not impair kidney function in people with healthy, normal kidneys.
Exactly. How can it impair it if you're on a animal diet, high protein animal diet? It doesn't impair it. It actually makes it go away because it's the toxins that are causing it.
Okay, that's the rule. If you do not have kidney disease, not a concern. So, if you do, then talk to your dietitian, which is always a smart.
Yeah, dietitian's going to help you, right? Hey, eating vegetables, unhealthy? Eat more of them. Will make you even more healthy, even though they're destroying your health. Yeah, great. Okay. They don't know anything, dietitians, because they're humans, just like Jason Blaha. No human knows anything on this planet.
Thing to do when you have a medical condition and you're looking at diet. But back over to the point, protein protein.
Because if you knew something, then you wouldn't have to be watching any of this, because you're trying to find out something.
And notice I did not say protein shakes. I'm not trying to support the supplement industry when I say that. Or
Look at this. This is chronic lifting hell, man. This is ridiculous.
no, you can't. You want to do protein, it's fine. I do a lot of them when I'm protein overfeeding. It's fine. I only stick with reputable brands. Okay? You don't have to do that. You can get it all from meat. You can get it all from dairy. It's fine. You don't have to go with shakes. They're just another protein source at the end of the day. But, again, if you are trying to be...
Wow, he actually did 3 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4 plates of 3 reps. Man, I know bodybuilders that do 5, 6 plates. Like, they do like 10, 20 reps, man. You're weak, Jason.
leaner, much leaner.
Bodybuilders are stronger than powerlifters. They do way more reps than that.
While carrying a certain amount of muscle tissue, protein overfeeding is a wise idea. It will be a useful tool to you. But Minnow Hanselman said, nobody cares. Nobody cares what Minnow says. I've seen the guy present multiple studies of things that, when tested in the real world, do not work. I've found firsthand dealing with my clients. I don't care. For some reason, people
He actually has clients, fantasy clients. Maybe he pays them to be his clients.
want to bring that up, but he posts it on his wall. Yeah. You want to listen to a tiny, weak guy who presents studies that when you try to do them yourself don't work, go ahead and do so. That's your business.
How can I've presented studies? It's not because I presented them. I brought them up because people asked me to prove what I said. Look, man, it's really simple. Protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. If it's not exceeding that breakdown, you are not building any muscle. You are lifting for no other reason than to get better at lifting in a gym. Do you understand me? You are not building muscle. You aren't building your body. But muscle has no health benefits. Look, man, even building muscle does not have what I would say a health benefit there. But there is a health benefit to getting something specific in trying to cause these micro injuries to muscle fibers. There's a specific thing that you're looking for. The satellite cell donating some extra nuclei to that domain to further that pool for future regenerative purposes, so you can mitigate myogenic decline and acquisition of senescent cells. That is the whole point, especially as you get older. You want to reverse all this damage that you've been accumulating years. But you could do this, it's periodically. It should be done periodically, not often, because you don't want to stress your body and accelerate aging. You're trying to regenerate for regenerative purposes. That is the whole point. See what I mean? It's totally different, man. See you in the next one. Tell what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Protein overfeeding. Yes, protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. If it's not, you ain't building squat.